Hello everyone, it's Theme Park Avenue, I'm Eric, and I'm continuing Universal Orlando reviews today with a review of Transformers the Ride at Universal Studios. How good is this dark ride? Some love it. Does it hold up? Let's find out. Before we begin the review, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you know when new videos come out, and to help support the channel. Now, a bit of background on my thoughts on Transformers overall. I'm not really a fan of the franchise. I don't like the movies at all. I think they're really bad, except for the first one's alright. It's just not a franchise I really enjoy. So, this already has that going against it. And one quick thing, I'm going to try not to compare this much to Spider-Man just because, the ride system, I understand. A lot of people will compare because of that, but they are definitely their own rides, so comparing them is kind of unfair and rude. But we'll see. So, one thing I'd like to note, at the very beginning of this experience, the show building is quite interesting. Unlike most dark rides where it's at the edge of the path and it's a giant warehouse behind a facade so you can't see the dark ride, this is in the middle of the pathway so you can walk around the entire warehouse. I thought that was pretty cool. They themed it pretty well, so it's not just a big ugly warehouse in the middle. It looks solid, so kudos for that. I also love the giant statue of Optimus Prime outside of the ride. That's really great. Now for the actual ride experience. So I like that you're getting in a Transformer is the idea, called evac. I like that a lot. That's definitely a fun detail. So the main story is that the Decepticons, Megatron, they're here to take the AllSpark. I don't fully understand what the AllSpark is. And you're sitting there watching Transformers fight. Some love this. And there are some parts I really love, mainly the part where you fall, because there's an elevator. That's really well done. However, I have issues. The first being that this just doesn't feel as immersive as Spider-Man. That's the only comparison I'm really going to make. Because Spider-Man, there's a lot of parts where it really feels like you're moving around. Here it feels more like Skull Island Reign of Kong, where you're just sitting watching rather than really being a part of the action. It's definitely not as bad as Fast and Furious in that way. But while I think it's overall good, it's watching some robots fight. It's a bit loud, very dark and gritty visuals. I wish there was a bit more color to it, and that it was themed a bit more to like a brighter part of Transformers. Not like less action, but it just doesn't look as visually appealing as it should to me. The animation is fantastic. It looks nice, but it just doesn't come together aesthetically in the way some other rides at the park do. That said, it's definitely a good ride. I love the ride system. I like the queue and the setup. There's some parts that are pretty good, some are kind of corny, honestly, and that's honestly not a bad thing in my book. I like that. And overall, it's good. It's not my favorite dark ride. I think it gets a little more respect than I would give it. Most think it's like one of the best dark rides in the world, and easily one of the best at Universal. For me, this is probably not a top 5 ride at Universal Studios. It's good for sure, but it doesn't quite live up to the hype for me. Fun, some impressive stuff, but overall, just a bit less eventful and less memorable than something like Spider-Man. A big thing I judge rides on is how much I want to get back on them again. Transformers is one I usually skip on repeat visits to Universal now. I've done it quite a few times, but now I prioritize things like Revenge of the Mummy, Escape from Gringotts, and a few other rides I will definitely get to later in this series. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment your thoughts down below. I hope no big fan of the ride is upset that I don't love it. It's definitely good and I like it. And make sure you like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more content. I'll see you next time.